to Open Season, the only sports show where it is always open season on sports. And when I say that, I mean NBA, NFL, soccer, baseball, year-round, track, whatever. We all about it. We're all about sports here at Open Season, featuring myself, Terrance, a.k.a. the FIFA God, a.k.a. Mr. Sportsman.
And Lorenzo McNeil. Hello, everyone.
Oh, real professional on those guys, I see.
Indeed.
We got a big show coming up for y'all. A couple of good topics, man. We're gonna get right into it. I'm gonna just start off. We just basically watched. Well, I mean, you was at work, but we basically saw Game 6 of a NBA Finals that hurt me because I'm a Cavs fan. First question I'm gonna ask you: Cavs go out in 6-4-2. No K-Love, no Kyrie. Is it LeBron's fault, or is it the rest of the Cavs' fault?
LeBron has no blame. Not when you average 35, 12, and 8 in the finals, and everybody else on your team probably doesn't even combine to average 35 points. I blame David Blatt as well for not putting in the veterans that was on the bench. You had them during the regular season resting for what? For this moment. So why were they still resting? And I also partially blame the media for hyping up Dellavedova like he was just the great white hope. But if you really watch basketball and know basketball, he was just playing hella defense. He gave the ball to LeBron.
Okay. So, not LeBron's fault, the rest of the Cavs' fault. Well, you know me being a LeBron fan. We're gonna go to the. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna go to the stats here. LeBron gives you 44-86 game 1, 39-16-11 game 2, 40-12-8 game 3. You win game 2 and game 3 playing excellent defense, running Steph Curry off of the 3-point line. Game 4, LeBron scored 20 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists. You ask yourself, like, okay, he scored 20 points. This is a bad game. This is where I say somebody else has to step up. And when we were doing the trial run of this show, Marcel brought up an interesting point, saying when LeBron wins, he's praised for making his teammates better. But when he loses, he ain't have any help. This is a game when LeBron scores 20 points, but he still has 12 rebounds and 8 assists. Why isn't somebody else scoring 20 points? I don't want to hear excuses about this is Amon Shumpert, it's Matthew Dellavedova, they've never been here before. Timothy Mozgov has never been here before. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear about how they stepped up in the NBA Finals, the last bit of basketball until next year, and dominated. You can't give me excuses. You can't give me you're tired. This is the last basketball you're playing until October 31st.
Elimination time.
It has to be a different ball game. It has to be a different team on that floor. We're going to move on to the second topic here. If Kyrie and K-Love play, is this a different series?
Want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. If everybody was healthy, then Cavs will win in 5. Because a lot of mismatches they'll have on the floor. If the Golden State Warriors couldn't stop LeBron, what makes you think they was going to stop Kyrie and Kevin Love if they were at least having subpar games, not even great games that they would have? So yeah, that's my thing.
Interesting point. I say the Warriors' small lineup probably doesn't work as well against a Kevin Love, like when he's in the game. But again, running the Warriors off the 3-point line also doesn't work as well because there's no Timothy Mozgov in the post. You want to keep Tristan Thompson in the game because he was an absolute monster. Rebounding this series 13, 14, 15. Like that's 3 games I'm naming, and each time his rebound total went up. So again, Cavs, you got to go back to the drawing board. You got to figure out what's going to work. You got to figure out next year what is going to make you a better team. We're going to move on here to our next topic. It is a question that I get a lot. LeBron lost in the finals. Okay? If you are a fan, is it possible to be just a fan of a player? I know you're a fan of the Lakers. You're a fan of the Yankees. You're a fan of the Titans. And that's, what you're a fan of. Myself, I'm a fan.
Grizzlies.
And the Grizzlies. Yeah. I'm a fan. Throwing up gang signs. I'm a fan of LeBron James. As far as NBA teams go, I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan, but I also am a Tom Brady's fan, which makes me, by default, a Patriots fan. And as far as baseball goes, I'm a Braves fan. But just getting into it, am I wrong for being when LeBron left Cleveland for Miami? I was and you've been around me, my whole life. So first it was T-Mac.
This is right. It's nothing else.
Yeah,
say that.
yeah. First it was T-Mac, and then now it's LeBron. Am I wrong for when he goes to different teams for switching to that team and wanting to be a fan of that team?
No, you're not wrong. I mean, because everybody's fandom is different. Now, me, I was a Laker fan, but when we drafted Kobe was my favorite player. He just happened to stay with the Lakers. Mm-hmm. Now, Kobe would have went somewhere else. I still have been a Laker fan, but whatever team Kobe Bryant would have played for, I would root for him as well. Okay. So I don't blame you for anything.
Okay, but see, and then this is where people's problem lies with me. When LeBron leaves the team, I don't care for the team anymore. And you're saying if Kobe left the Lakers, you'll still be a Lakers fan, but you'll also want the team that Kobe plays for.
Well, it'd be different for me because I was Lakers fan first.
Yeah, true.
You wasn't a Heat fan. Well, you got family in Miami, so you up with the Heat.
Yeah. I messed it.
Sorry. You rock with the Heat extremely hard. Mm-hmm. And you rock with the Cavs because LeBron was on there.
Yeah.
So if LeBron went to Milwaukee, let's say, you would be a fan of
the Bucks.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I
always say I got a 6-year-old son. He is a LeBron fan because I'm a LeBron fan, and I always say whatever team LeBron retires with, that's probably will be the team that I continue to root for because I can't keep just switching players forever. It has to be some kind of tradition in being a fan. So I'm gonna probably, if he stays with the Cavs for the rest of his career, probably gonna end up a Cavs fan. But I just wanted to get your take on that. That's just an interesting topic. A lot of fans get blamed for rooting for a player more so than the team, and then it's like if he leaves the team, you just a little bandwagon fan. I don't see it that way. If you're establishing yourself as a player or a fan, a fan of a player, then you're saying like wherever this guy goes, that's my squad. You know what I'm saying?
It's not bandwagon. Bandwagon is when you don't even pay attention. You just go with the team who everybody like or who's winning.
Yeah, that's exactly what a bandwagon fan is. All right, what we're gonna get into next. The greatest team ever in sports. Ever in sports, no matter what the sport is.
Go a little biased there. I'm going to go the 98 Yankees.
Mm-hmm. Rita.
Because we was stacked in every position. Mm-hmm. And our pitching staff and our bullpen was stacked. In the beginning of the year, we had high expectations. Mm-hmm. Even though I was 7, 8 years old, I still followed. We had high expectations in the beginning of the year, and we won the championship with all the great talent that we had. So I say that.
This hurts me to say, but I was sitting here thinking about this. Like, who could you possibly say is the greatest team ever in sports? I'm gonna go with that 3-peat Lakers team. Because when you talk about just like a complete basketball team, like there's been a lot of great teams, but on these teams have been great players and players that have driven these teams to do what they do.
Right.
But you're talking about when Shaq's down, when Shaq's in foul trouble, you had guys like Rick Fox, Robert Ory, Derek Fisher, Brian Shaw, Devin George, like Samaki Walker. You had players who, that's what I'm saying, you had players who, and I know that's crazy. I mean, there's a lot of people you can put into that conversation of the greatest teams ever. There's been a lot of great basketball teams in the NFL, but I just honestly think, like, first of all, Shaq to me is the most dominating center in NBA history. You got Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest ever. You got Derek Fisher, Mr. Big Shot. 2, you got Robert Horry, Mr. Big Shot. 1, who also has 5 rings, just in case anybody didn't know that. I'm just saying, you got guys on that team that
he has more than he might have 7.
Yeah, he might have 7. I'm at least 5 though. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
All right, we're gonna move on to our next topic here. Quick topic. We just go. It's a simple question. It's a quick take. Do rings define the greatest ever? We hear it all the time. We hear it all the time. LeBron's not gonna be the greatest till he gets 6. Kobe never is gonna eclipse Jordan because he ain't get 6. But Bill Russell won 13. Am I right? Or 10? 13, 10 straight. What do you say to rings defining your status as the greatest player ever?
I say it does, because in order to be the greatest player ever, you have to win championships. You have to win championships. You have to win MVP. You have to be an impactful player for your team offensively and defensively. And you also that's really it. You have to have rings. Now, one example is I say we should go in the NFL. Dan Marino, in my opinion, is the best quarterback I've ever seen throw football. But he don't have the ring, so
what?
Like, people don't really put him in the top 5, bro. You know.
Dan Marino, first of all, even to say he is not the greatest quarterback to ever throw the football, because if he was, they would have won a ring. Football is a different sport.
They didn't have a running game.
Okay, we're not gonna get it. We're not gonna get off topic, but just thought anytime Brady's won Super Bowls with nobody's. Greatest quarterback ever.
Defense.
Rings don't matter. Rings don't matter because it's a team oriented game. It's a team sport. It is 5 players on that floor, and 5 players. 12, 15 players throughout the season have to get you there. And then 12 players have to get you to the promised land to win a championship. You can say what you want about Bill Russell winning championships. Bob Cousy was on some of those teams, and he's one of the greatest point guards ever. I just honestly feel like if we define how much you won, or how good you are, but how much you won, people like Charles Barkley, people like Tracy McGrady, people like who are some of the greatest ever basketball players to ever touch a basketball get left out the conversation.
Well, yeah, because they're not the best player of all time.
No, you can't. Rings are a front office thing. Rings to me are a GM thing. Did your GM put together the best pieces that he could to make you a great team? Or did you just end up on a lot of bad teams and you're just a really great player? It happens to people. Vince Carter has been chasing the ever elusive ring in front of him. People like Karl Malone retired with no ring. One of the greatest power forwards to ever do it.
But he's not the greatest.
What makes him not the greatest power forward?
I can name people better than him.
We're not going to delve into that. That's true. There are people that are better than Karl Malone, so I'll give you that. All right, so what we're going to get into next here on Open Season, the only sports show year-round where it's always open season on sports. So what do you expect from college football this year coming up?
I expect a really exciting football season. The second year of the college football playoffs. Mm-hmm. The first year was a success. Mm-hmm. Of course, there was a couple teams being left out, but that's anything. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it's only going to get better because teams know that you can win your SEC championship, you can win your Pac-12 championship, but if you don't perform well in that, like you could win and still don't get in the top 4 because another team scored more points than you the week before. Mm-hmm. So you have to be on your A game every week.
Every week coming up. I like the shape that college football is taking. I like especially the SEC versus everybody mentality that college football is taking on. Like, oh, is the SEC the best conference, or is everybody? You know what I'm saying? Is everybody else secretly better? It's just spread out. I like Jim Harbaugh in Michigan. That's gonna be a real interesting. You got Ohio State going undefeated and winning the national championship this year. Who knows what Mark D'Antonio always has that Michigan State team primed and ready. Wisconsin's nothing to gloss over. Neither is Nebraska. That division, like if we're talking like best in college football, you can say what you want about the SEC, and I am from Georgia, so I know a lot of guys who play SEC football. It's a lot of divisions out there in college football that are catching up. Kids are starting to kind of branch out and choose different schools than they would normally choose, which I think is awesome for us as fans, because one, we get to see different teams in the top four. I mean, we had an ACC team, an SEC team, Pac-12, and who else was in it? I can't even think of who else was in the top four college. They must have been irrelevant, man, because that is bad. This is bad. Look at these people. We can't even think of who was in the top four of college.
Florida State played first.
Alabama. Who did Oregon play first?
Florida State.
Oh, so then we did have it right. Oh, I'm tripping. Ohio State won the national championship. I just said that. Open season, ladies and gentlemen.
Alabama.
Open season.
Alabama sleep fell off.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Quick sidebar open season question. This is the first episode, so we're going to go ahead and establish this. Great debate topics. This is a topic. We have great debate topics. We'll have a couple of them. MJ versus LeBron is one. That's gonna be featuring our guy Marcel. He's gonna come in and a couple of shows, and give y'all his opinion on that. Me and him always have a good little run on that. Great debate topic. First episode. Who's better at 2K? You or me?
I am.
Okay. And your reasoning is?
My reasoning is, I play the game.
Exactly. I am better than Zoe at 2K.
I play the game the way the game is supposed to be played. And the game's in my favor. Now, the majority of the time, I'm going to be against LeBron James, which means we do a lot, but when the just jumps through the air, can't really do much. But
basically, what he's trying to do is make excuses why he loses to me most of the times we play.
All y'all who play against LeBron James on a regular basis know what I'm talking about.
We're going to get back to this open season, man. Your Mount Rushmore of basketball. Who is it, and why are they on your Mount Rushmore?
Magic Johnson. Big point guard, one of the first big point guards who played all 5 positions. Champion, good leader, good community man, and entrepreneur, as y'all know. 2, Bill Russell, based off of respect of what he did, pioneer. So shout out to him.
Yeah.
Excuse me. We have Kobe Bean Bryant, great Laker man. Great teammate for, even though people don't think he's a great teammate. Great teammate. Champion. Black Mamba. Killer. And number 4, I have... Who did I just tell you, Kobe?
I don't know, but I know who you need to say.
I didn't say that. I'm not going to say his name.
Thanks to one of our producers, kept trying for that cup of water.
Indeed. Who was... Train of thought. You go ahead. I'm going to say it.
Okay. So, the name that he's about to say is LeBron. Number 2, I go LeBron, like I said, because he's new age. He's the best of new age basketball players. We got Lisa Leslie, At number 2, I know that's a weird pick for Mount Rushmore, but I just feel like what she did for women's basketball, like I never even considered women's basketball interesting in the slightest. So I was like, oh, a woman can dunk? It got real quick. You know what I'm saying? And then, my number 3 is Pistol Pete Maravich, just one of the greatest white players of all time. I don't want to sound like I'm biased or racist or anything like that. There are a lot of good white basketball players, but it's not their best sport. You know what I'm saying? Basketball is not their best sport. So I would say for somebody to come in and just have the impact, also scoring 44 points a game in college, no three-point line, it's like, bruh, literally, bruh, what's going on? Like, who's guarding this guy? It's just like one of the greatest players to ever do it. And my number 4 is the Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain. 100 points in a game. Greatest single game performance of all time, hands down. I don't want to diss Jordan or anything, but I feel like Wilt Chamberlain is just one of the greatest of all time. I don't know. Like, that greatest single game performance of all time.
Oh, no, definitely. He was a dominant figure.
So go ahead and hit me with your 4 and 5. We got to get out of here.
Oh, no, my last one is Jordan. I should remember that. That's it.
What a horrible way to end our first episode of Open Season with Michael Jordan ending up beating LeBron out for those around Mount Rushmore. I want to hit this. I want to hit him right now, but I'm not going to. Open Season, man. Best sports show ever coming up. We're going to edit this out because I sound horrible right now, and we're going to shoot this closing part over. So, yeah. Yeah, man, this has been Open Season, the best show, sports show, reality show, whatever you want to call it. It's the best sports reality show ever because we speaking real stuff about sports, and it's always Open Season on every sport here at Open Season featuring Terrance
and Lorenzo.
Yeah, man. So y'all holla at us, man. You see the little credits rolling up on the screen. That's our little Twitter handles and Instagram handles, man. Y'all follow us on there, man. Everybody keep it cool. And I'm going to come the show out with Team LeBron. Let's go. Go on. Holla.